Hey Scorpio, your July tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor and welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Your main theme for July is the Mycena interrupta mushroom, and it says purpose and judgment. And then your relationship affirmator is tact. It says, I speak and act with care, remembering that impulsive words or harsh tone can sometimes hurt others. If it feels like I'm walking on eggshells, I'll remind myself that those eggshells might actually be a shop full of china and I might actually be a bowl. Then I'll remind myself to stop mixing metaphors. All right, so Scorpio, what this means about July is that it's all about looking below the surface when it comes to yourself, when it comes to other people, and then the relationships between you and other people. Because, we are all showing the world what we want them to see, right? So even though you won't be able to see all of what's hidden, it's important to keep that in mind when we interact with others, that there is stuff and that there are factors that you don't know that make up a person and inform their behavior. So when it comes to yourself, it's also a reminder that people can't always see everything about you that you're aware of, and they can only judge based on what they see, and in that to take that at face value, that their judgments can't ever be completely accurate. It's only based on what they can observe. So it's a month to practice curiosity into yourself and others. And then this card, the tact card, it intersects with that Mycena interrupta energy, with the one message that we always hear about treating other people with kindness, because you never know what battles they're fighting. You never know what's going on with somebody else. So for something below the surface that you might not be seeing in a connection, you have the Five of Wands. So there it is. Just as I was saying it, hidden battles. And not just that, but hidden ways that someone could be conflicted or torn between different desires and clashing needs within them. Like someone could have the old, the devil and the angel argument going on their shoulders, right? Or someone could want something very badly but be stopping themselves from going after it because they fear they won't get it, or they won't stack up, or they aren't enough in some way. Because this can also be a card of competition. So there might be a hidden competition that you don't know is happening. They might be competing with you in a way that you're not aware of, or comparing themselves to you. And I gotta say with this, you know what? The whole, if they wanted to, they would BS I keep hearing. No, it is just not true. Because this shows blockages to desire, not absence of desire. There's all kinds of reasons that someone could want to do something and hold themselves back from it. So this can also indicate ways that someone might not be in agreement or harmony with you internally, but they aren't saying that to avoid conflict. So there is like a hidden discord or hidden disharmony. What's the word I'm looking for? Dissonance. So for where you will see the most change, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting two distinctly different messages from this, and it's possible it could be some kind of combination of the two for you, but I'm feeling mostly like it's one or the other. So take what resonates or put them together however they make sense for you. But first, I'm seeing a change in what it is that you really want. You're setting a change in goal, like something that you've always wanted could be shifting or waning in its luster, which is demotivating you towards it. Or in some cases, you've actually gotten the wish and it hasn't lived up to what your imagination made it out to be. So the change is an expectation or new goals, or getting in touch with what you really were hoping that thing would provide, and then identifying a better way of achieving that. The second thing is that there is a wish coming in for you, but the harbinger of it, the sign, the way it's announcing it's coming, is by something moving out of your life, because it's making room for it. So sometimes the yes from the universe, sometimes something falling away is the universe saying yes by creating the space to then give us what we want. So for your biggest obstacle, you have the Seven of Cups reversed. So this could be a lack of vision, not seeing all of the options available to you, or not using your imagination to its fullest potential to see beyond the surface to what might be playing out inside of someone. So it's like it's easy to say to do this, and you might try to do it, but it just might be hard to visualize. It's it's talking about only being able to see things from your lens and having difficulty seeing that there are other ways to see the same thing, or imagining what could possibly make someone make the choice that they're making or act the way they are. Like, there's nothing that could possibly explain this. If you think about it or imagine, maybe there is. Now, I mean, of course, it doesn't have to be that deep, because for some of you, it could just be a little bit of brain fog or confusion, distractibility, or getting lost in daydreaming, which that can be an obstacle because you might not be as present in the reality as you need to be in order to make the progress you need or jump on the opportunities as they arise. It's like having your mind in the clouds and not actually on the path in front of you, and so you miss or trip or something like that. So for the best thing about the month, you have, oh, it's the Six of Cups. This is awesome. So this is so sweet. This can be a time with childhood friends. It can be reminiscing or reconnecting with people from your past, people with whom you share fond memories. Now, for others of you, you could be finding answers to some of today's issues by looking at the past, at what actually made a simpler time simpler. And is it what you would have originally thought it to be? Now, for others of you, it could actually mean it's a simpler time right now, where people are wearing their hearts on their sleeves and they're demonstrating kindness. You could be giving and therefore receiving, or be primed to recognize more kindness right now. And it comes from believing in the fundamental goodness inside of people, despite whatever trauma has caused them to be imperfect or confusing to you. And this can also be a very playful time, and you might be enjoying the benefits of having done some inner child work. So that is awesome. So for your influence and impact on others, fix that. Let's see, the Nine of Swords reversed. So you could be a source of comfort to others right now. Like, people might have a lot of fear of potentially being judged by you or expect you to respond in a certain way to them. And then when they're not met with harshness, but acceptance, all of that anxiety falls away. So something about how you're showing up this month is chasing away some of the dark thoughts in the people close to you. Like, some of you might be offering a listening ear, which helps offer some mental relief. And like, the effect you're having on others is to help them to feel more at ease because they're feeling seen by you, or at least that you're trying to see them. And sometimes that's all people need. They don't need it to be fixed or anything. They just want to be seen. And I feel like that's something that you're doing for people right now. So for what opportunities you should be looking for, you have the Ten of Coins reversed. So once again, I'm getting two distinct things. These two, though, they might be a little bit more blendable. But first, it's going to be opportunities to adjust your long-term trajectory and footprint in the world. You could be looking at your current choices and like playing them out in your mind, imagining them out to their logical conclusion, and then decide you don't like that. And so this could be a perfect opportunity to adjust before you have to backtrack too far or there's a point of no return. The other thing is about living in the present. So opportunities to root yourself in the now without an agenda of it being witnessed on social media, being remembered by anyone else but you, just allowing your experience to be your experience. And another thing to add here is to take opportunities to root yourself more deeply in your relationships. Or maybe I should say actually to strengthen the roots of your relationships so that they will withstand all that life could be throwing their way in time. And the way to do that isn't with like selfies on Insta or like creating more social media records of it, but by actually giving the interactions with them your undivided attention. So opportunities to give your relationships your undivided attention is wrapped up in that. Okay, so for where you will find the most support, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like Libra might have gotten this same thing. It's like luck might be on your side this month, as well as divine timing, or whichever one you want to call it. This can also indicate karma. So for those of you that have put good out into the flow, that could be cycling back to support you now. This can also be saying that you'll be most supported by staying in the center of the wheel, as they say, and allowing things to play out around you without tying your well-being to the capriciousness of external circumstances. Really important here is that what might be supportive to you in the future is saving and protecting whatever it is that luck brings in for you right now, because you never know, that might not actually continue. So to make the most of this fortunate time for future support. So for your self-care directive, you have the Four of Wands. So this is talking about the interdependence of the individual and the community. Lately, I'm going to say like maybe since 2020 or so, collectively, we have all turned so far inward. If it's not true for you, fine, but it's just kind of like what I'm seeing in the zeitgeist, especially on YouTube, is talk about the way we have turned so far inward and made prioritizing self-care look a little isolationist, or I mean, in some cases, to the point of being antisocial, because people they can trample our boundaries and they can disrupt our peace, and so there is like kind of a relief to just cut them all off. But at the same time, if you listen to what people are saying now, we are all getting lonely and disconnected, and we're missing something. We've lost something. You can't self-care yourself into not needing any connection whatsoever, because we're a social and we're a communal species. And taking care of the social structures around you, participating in them, placing yourself as part of that structure is a form of self-care, because having that around you takes care of you in return. So having people to turn to when you need help and nurturing that, having people to celebrate your wins with you, social glue, not devolving into chaos. Basically, like, to put it simply, if you want people to show up for your stuff, you have to show up for their stuff. So where or how can you foster a sense of belonging and community around yourself that will show up for you? So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Much love, and I'll talk to you next month. Thank you.